Welcome to Rolls of Redemption, where we redeem your Monday, one roll at a time. Grab your snack, grab your drink of choice, and let's get rolling. Hey
Hello!
Hi.
It's time to cause some chaos.
We've got some first-time chatters. Hello. Coming over from the Tickety Talk. Good job following directions. We are about to just show you our chaos. That's a lot of it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are definitely going to have a jam-packed session today, so let's get into it. When we last left our party, they stared down Skerrin, who they found holding the knife to the throat of Saltmarsh figuratively and that of Katva Sturrock very literally. With their backs against the wall and no obvious way out, they relented, promising Skerrin a vote in favor of the war. A war that profited the wealthy while breaking the backs and emptying the purses of the citizens caught in the middle. With little time to act, the party made the always a good option decision to split up, each with their own mission as the hours waned. Akir and Kai went to secure the vote of Eleander and put the plan into action to bring down the Brotherhood, here and now. Mina and Atreus went to seek out the syrupy sweet honey in hopes that she may have information that would incriminate the criminals and weight the arguments in their favor with the townspeople. Meanwhile, Torkel's sole mission was to find his father and return him to a place safely out of Skerrin's grasp, lest the threats against the Sturrocks be carried out in earnest. Sound right? I think that's right.
Beautifully done.
Cool.
Solid. Well played.
I'll piggyback off of Amelia's statement. It's that she's grateful because she remembers nothing, but also Mina and Atreus like to avoid watching other people's Discord channels. So with split up parties, it's very easy to miss other people's things. So if you want to check out what was happening in the Discord, we have links in the Twitch and someone will post them in the chat too, but it is free to join and you can see all of our shenanigans.
And you should, because the shenanigans are wonderful and often there are memes.
Shenaniganery.
Memes and assassination plots. So
yeah, that's pretty much that sums up my personality. I don't
Honestly, even if you are following along, unless you're following along very closely, it's really easy to miss even key details. So
I don't want to metagame.
That's why we have a recap
I
channel.
don't have time for this shit. So I only watch my channel and then occasionally look at some other stuff just to kind of like get a vibe maybe if I'm curious, but I figured if not, it doesn't really matter. I'm a busy person.
I think half of us lay in bed at night and show each other, hey, you know what I did in this channel and what happened in this channel?
It's funny when like Peter and I are both on our phones in different channels and then I laugh about something and he's like, did you read it? And I was like, no, something completely different.
We do that all the time.
Not you this time. It's hard. It hurts my feelings. I know it's usually Janine, but still.
That was me. Right. Anything else? Any final statements before we begin? No?
Where are we starting? Who's doing what? Are we getting back together? You and us. Oh, us. Good. Us.
You are starting it off.
Right. So we're going to the graves then, right?
We're going
So having
to Procan's temple.
Having paid a whopping 50 gold to Honey in the form of 5 platinum pieces. That's the only real interaction, or at least transaction, that transpired between the Barakians and Honey.
No, I paid Honey half for the information before she previously.
Oh, you're talking about like way long
way
time
like,
ago.
yeah.
Like 14 months ago?
What was that half?
Yeah.
Because then you still owe that now.
Yeah, well, you didn't give her any money this time. That all came out of my pocket for names.
Hey,
I wanted a shit list.
Hey, listen. your pocket, we're married, babe.
Your money is my money, and my money is my money.
I was gonna go with your pockets is or my pockets is, but
It's the Royal Bank of Mina.
which resides with Akir. So
No. Akira provides charitable donations.
Soviet pockets is. Yes.
yes, Soviet pockets.
Our money. So yeah, we gave Honey probably not what we owe her, but I feel like she's letting us off a little bit easy because, you know, the world is about to end and I think she wants to live.
We gave info, and she says she's going to give us a map, which requires, I think, more money tomorrow. So,
well, we'll deal with
You
that tomorrow.
are providing a map.
I'm providing a map.
She's
With
marking
ones?
He
locations.
will come to you
Oh.
and mark locations.
Oh,
Yes,
It's fine. I probably have one in my purse
probably.
that I got off of his ship. 'Cause
why didn't you check for your purse?
I was feeling emotional, okay?
Okay.
Like 15 minutes once you start digging around in there.
It pulls out an oar, pulls out a spoon, pulls out like it's
That
somewhere in
oatmeal
here.
lost in the marsh somewhere.
A plate of knife. There's a whole kitchen in there.
From my castle.
And I just swept the table, and I was like, mine. I don't know whose castle this is at the end of the day. Just making sure.
All right.
All right. So moving back, the Barakians passed through the secret door.
Barakians. I'm going to say it again. Barakian. Stop mispronouncing my name.
Barakians.
It's almost like Barack Obama.
Barak. The Barakians
not a
moved
race.
back through the secret door into the cellar of the empty nest and closing it behind them, hopefully, maybe.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Probably
Yeah,
lovely.
doing the secret brick thing.
For those who are new here,
you-
also, my character and Amelia's character, Treyas, they're married.
They're married, yes.
And from there, you two are welcome to traverse Saltmarsh. Any stops along the way, or you're just heading right out to dig up someone's mom?
Yeah, we're going to go dig up.
We're gonna do what we do best: desecrate graves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Super fun.
This is a trend.
I'm just going to
He's
check
a
in,
grave
make sure
cleric.
that...
Grave cleric, supposed to keep things in the grave, not take them out.
I'm just gonna keep doing that.
It's fine. No, well, I'm going to keep the body in there and the knife
It's just
out.
looking for the knife.
So I'm just looking
How
for a knife.
do we? Okay, in character, out of character, pick whatever way you want to answer this. How do we prove that this is the knife that Skerrin used to kill her?
Didn't ask that.
Fuck her.
Fuck me.
I'm just hoping we get there, and there's gonna be a note
You know
from
what?
Skerrin that says it was me.
It was me.
I did
He
it,
like
y'all.
finds his knives after he murders people.
Yeah, that's a totally normal thing. Don't people do that frequently? No.
Plant evidence against him. Like, we can say that I've seen him walking with
Well,
that knife before.
I mean, another thing that we can use is
Probably
the fact
monogram.
that he was trying to control Trisea. So,
There's
like, we've got multiple
That-
different
oh,
things we can
You
try
all
to
these
leverage.
fingerprinting.
But the whole, like, you
It-
know, confronting him and him attacking us might be the better option anyway.
might there be like a spell or something that shows, I don't know enough lore to know this, a spell that shows something that had happened in the past with the object?
I'm sure there's something like that we can pull off.
And if I don't know that, can I bring it to Welgar and he might know that?
Maybe.
Okay,
Right.
well, that's what we're gonna do then.
All
We
right.
can.
Then I'm going to let you to fast travel through Saltmarsh.
The suggestion to bring a dog to sniff the knife and see if it tracks it. And I'm like, Kai can
There you
wild shape.
Exactly. You have your very own smart dog.
Sniff, sniff. Yep, it was
Love
scary.
that.
Ah, yes, I can smell his lecherous Muppet voice anywhere.
All right, we do that. We walk across town quietly, angrily, quickly.
Great. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Great. I'm so perceptive all the time. And of course, it's going to be the one time I fuck it up.
Did you? Oh shit!
No, not that bad. 21.
The dice just like flew across the screen. I was like, it's a projectile.
Projectile dice.
Mina is still seeing red and gold. It's really not a pleasant experience dealing with honey ever for her, but at least you got something
I did.
out of it.
I made her go
And,
against her rules. It's awesome.
Yeah. No, but it's okay. Atreus, you see Torkel
Hey.
flying like Superman with somebody draped over his shoulder.
Mm.
What?
Also zooming from the north towards the Temple of Truth.
We're going on a trip.
In our favorite Torkel ship.
Zooming through the sky.
When was the last
I
time
didn't know birds could fly.
When was the last time I ate?
Oh shit, that's a good question.
Because I'm.
Wait, is that the thought that came across your mind as you see me flying through the air?
He thinks
Yes.
he's
Well, you do have
I'm
dinner on your shoulder.
definitely hallucinating. So I must be hungry.
feel like it couldn't have been that long. No, it was probably the night before.
Yeah, it was.
It was a long, really fucking day.
It
It was the night before, so it's not that. I guess.
No.
Are you pointing it out?
Yeah, Torkel is flying
Beard in the wind.
majestically, actually.
It's a
But-
shaped bird.
I
If you
don't
look
think
really
that's
closely,
a
you
thing.
can also see some sort of tears streaming behind him.
Oh,
Okay,
he's-
so we picked up the
Bye,
pace.
bye,
We picked up
little Sebastian.
Fucking murder.
Okay,
you.
no.
I was going to go. I'm like a bird. I wanna fly away.
So wait, I'm sorry. You said he was going towards Temple of Procan,
Yeah,
though.
we're gonna pick up
Yes.
the pace.
Great, we're gonna run.
Running.
All right. Running. We're all running. Did I miss Nathan's pose for flying? Oh, just full birdie. Okay, very nice. He's watched Akira enough to know that you need your wings
I guess
out.
it's technically like this, probably.
Just-
Do I recognize whatever it is that he's holding?
His cargo.
not at the speed and rate he's at, and he is going to get to the Temple of.
So
Probably
I saw
minute or
his
so.
tears, but I didn't see what he was carrying.
You see he's carrying a body of a.
He's carrying a body of a person. Great,
And it's not tears. He's soaking wet, as is the person he's.
Oh,
carrying.
so he's like making little rain clouds.
It's raining.
here as
Yeah.
he's going.
It's like, ah,
It's raining.
shit.
a different part of the Pooh Bear book than what we're used to.
Right, so I know we're normally just used to the pantsless and the honey. So we're gonna run right after the little raindrop
The
trail.
raindrop trail.
You come into the Temple of Procan, which, for those of you who haven't been here in a while, it's at the top of the hill by the cliffside of wow, Saltmarsh. It
Where
overlooks
are
the
we?
sea because Procan is trademark. Anyways, it overlooks the sea, which is a big deal because it's sorry, you're sniffing and your
Yeah. Your
Oh,
microphone
sorry.
is so loud.
microphone's like really grabbing it. Sounds like you're whistling. It was hilarious.
It was my
anyways,
hair.
The Temple of Procan is sitting atop this cliffside. There's a little bit of space, and off to the side is Lord's Leap, where Mina and Atreus did have a moment back before they were married. Procan, the god of storms and the ocean, has a whole balcony out the seaside, which faces the Azure Sea, where the priests will go to call for rain, go to worship the storms, and those sorts of things. On the flip side of the temple is the graveyard of Saltmarsh, and it is through this passage that Torkel has come in through the north-facing way. And you all run up the pair of you run up the hill, and you find Torkel laying the body of his father in front of a large statue of Prokan, which kind of towers over this pool of water. And Welgar, the very, very old priest, stands there kneeling beside him, just kind of comforting him with a hand on Torkel's shoulder.
Please help me. I couldn't save him. I don't know what to do.
What happened?
They'll.
You hear Mina's voice come from behind you.
He got sucked into the water, pushed into the water. Some asshole pushed him into the water, and by the time I caught up to him, he was half drowned. And then I tried to use the cape, and then we were falling. And I tried to catch him. Like I tried to catch him, but I couldn't. I tried to heal him, and nothing. Please, someone help.
I don't really know how much help I can be to him. He died of natural causes, it seems, and he's been dead for at least 10 minutes.
No. It can't have been 10 minutes. I was going as fast as I could.
Okay, all the way from the mines. That's
as fast as I could.
I will pray and see if
please
Prokan can do something. Father was a wonderful man, but he was not a worshipper of Prokan.
I know, but I'll do whatever it takes.
I cash in my favor.
But that there is.
He said I can bring anyone here to be revived. I cash in my favor.
This is one time only.
I know.
Thank you.
Very well. And Welgar stands up a little shaky and moves to the pool of water, and he begins just kind of moving his hand slowly through the water until it starts to form a whirlpool that keeps going as he lifts his hand out. You see the water just start to rage and wash. Place his body in the water.
Okay.
And you watch as your father sinks in and becomes fully submerged. The waves just rippling over his beard, tossing in the seas, the way you see kelp and all sorts of other greenery get just pulled and pushed with the waves. Welgar then goes up to the edge of the pool. He stands on the little circular rim and reaches up and takes out of a little cup that the statue is holding a diamond. And the old man steps back, kneels down, and places it over your father's heart. The water immediately just stops. Broken. In your service, these heroes have done great deeds. May you honor their goodness, may you honor their trustworthiness and their heroics. Bring back the life of this one that he was robbed. And you watch as the diamond melts in the water. The water turns into this glass, as if the whole thing immediately freezes. And for a moment, you see your father as if he was entombed in ice, frozen, exactly as you'll always remember him. And then it shatters. Pieces rise up in smoke and steam, sparkling, glittering, and they form a cloud above that thunders, and it just dissipates as a wind comes through the room, and your father sits up. Torkel, my boy!
Pa! Are you okay?
I was dead!
Yeah.
It didn't even hurt!
You were dead.
It was Hamill! Betrayer!
Mark
Yeah.
Hamill?
Yeah.
I not dead.
I don't have Mark.
It's
all I
Hamill
hear.
Mark, last name Mark.
Yeah. KV saw that too. Thank you so much. I will repay you any way I can.
No repayment. This was a repayment.
Thank you,
It
Mina.
was clean.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Okay. We gotta get you back with Ma.
She is safe? What? Why would
Gods,
Hamill...
I hope so.
Sorry. Why would Hamill shove me in there?
The whole town's going to shit.
That's how it's been for a while now.
Yeah. You weren't supposed to get out of the mines. I wasn't supposed to get out of the mines. You certainly weren't supposed to get out of the mines.
Oh.
It's a lot.
Katla's safe.
I think so. She was last time we
Who
saw
was
her.
protecting her?
I sent Caven after we tried to catch you. That's not the best tower.
Cleona?
I don't think she's in immediate danger yet. Well,
Where is she?
she should be with Anders. I don't know.
We have to go.
Yes.
Torkel, get your dad out of here.
Okay.
We'll see you later.
He climbs up and over. You see he's pretty wrecked. If you were to guess his hit points, it'd be like 1.
Yeah.
I mean, on a scale of
Let's-
9, that's still prettle decent. But
Sure, let's do another level 1 cure wounds. I never use my level 1 spells.
it's all auxiliary at this point.
Yeah. I know, but it feels like the right thing to do. 9.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's 100% at this point. You see him just kind of, and just water comes flowing out of his nose, mouth, and ears.
Man, that shouldn't be that easy.
That's why it's magic.
And he stands up straight, and straighter than he's stood in quite a while.
You fixed his scoliosis.
You're welcome.
He's a full
Good
3
job,
inches
Torkel.
taller.
He's the tallest
Barely a
dwarf
dwarf.
ever.
He's gonna get home and Kafka's gonna be like, hey,
It's the water at Procans, yo.
borrow.
You best determine if you're telling Katva that he died and was resurrected.
One thing at a time.
I mean, you get inspiration if you don't have it, because that was horrible.
I do, but I'd take it for my ego.
There you go. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right. So, Torkel, where are you bringing your father?
Going back to the tower where Katva fucking hopefully is with fucking hopefully no one else.
We left.
And maybe
Did
KV... I told KV to try to get there. Probably not there yet. It would be my
Did
guess.
we leave
Yeah,
Kappa alone in the tower?
No. We locked the door.
We did.
And you took the familiars with you.
Wait.
There were a lot of bad options, okay? The only reason I saw Hamill push my dad in was because KV was there. Not that it did a whole lot of good to me at the time.
Listen, there's lots of knives and shit in the tower. It has a fucking cannon on the top.
She's scrappy.
And also, otherwise it's just gonna be me by myself, and that doesn't sound like a lot of fun. So yeah, we left Katva alone in the tower.
This is terrible.
With direct recommendations, because no one orders Katva anywhere. To please stay put.
Yeah.
She did have her life legitimately threatened. Just like a half hour before. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, fingers crossed, I suppose.
Alrighty. So you two are on the trek back to the tower. That's going to be at least 10 to 15 minutes from here. Atreus and Mina, you're on.
I know the Gravedigger, and because I'm really good at names, as Atreus, I know that the Gravedigger's name is...
Pinned in your personal channel. I'm going to look it up for you.
Thank
I
you.
also don't remember.
Really? I just expected you to remember everything because you are the DM, and don't you know everything?
I do know. I have known all of these details, yes.
Ah, good. Okay,
I
well...
don't see any messages pinned in her channel.
It's not like Welgar or something. I don't know. Is that somebody else?
Logar is the priest. And this is...
It's like Scrag or something.
It's like that.
Great, we're gonna call him Scrat for now.
Great.
His name is now Scrat. I had a whole conversation with him. It would honestly be
find it in
easier
the
to
book?
go look in the draft at this point. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Okay, so we're going to, for the purpose of this conversation, call him Scrat.
Nice.
Scrat is weird, and he's gonna want to talk your ear off, so be like, I don't know, friendly. He knows a lot of shit, so you could probably ask him lots of questions. Let's go find
Is
Scrat.
that the name of the...
The squirrel in Ice
Yes.
Age?
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Crag.
Crag!
He's the town gravedigger. You're
Nope.
so much closer than I was.
And I did
His name
just
is
find
Mouse.
it in the draft. It is Craig.
Well, his name is now Scrat.
No, it's Crag.
Craig. Craig.
Craig.
And for copyright purposes, you can name him Craig.
Scrat.
With a K, obviously.
Obviously. Craig.
Wait, Crag as
Right,
in
let's go on.
Krag?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because that's the guy who sells the wine too. Or the whiskey, I mean.
No, that's the bartender, and his name is
No,
Craig.
it's Crag's 30-year
K-R-E-G.
whiskey. I've got it right here.
Craig's a very common name in Saltmarsh.
Are you saying that Crag is Moonlight as a moonshiner?
He's much better than that.
Crag is just the name that Robert goes for when he can't think of what else to name him. His name's Crag.
Now his name is Craig.
Craig. Ah, yes, there's an accent. Craig.
What, baby?
Yeah,
It is the same guy?
Golly.
No, it wasn't.
The Gravedigger makes great whiskey? I don't need to know more. I don't want to know more.
He's allowed to have hobbies too.
Look, casks and caskets really aren't that...
We never did ask what his shop was called. We just know that he sells Crag's whiskey.
Casks and caskets. That's great.
Hey, because what
Amazing.
do you need
No
for a good
inspiration for you
funeral?
though, but
Casks and caskets.
whiskey.
All your
Cool.
party needs.
Send them off to the afterlife the right
Wait,
way.
he runs a party city now?
So, can we go find him? Is he there? Hello, Craig.
Oh yes. Hi. Hey, it's Atreus.
It is me, and this is my wife, Mina.
You know you're famous now.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't want to think about it. Why? What are they saying exactly?
Oh, that you killed all the ghosts in the Dreadwood. That you killed a dragon.
Yeah, actually,
That-
that's,
Your little group single-handedly took down a whole fortress of Shahaugen.
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, that's all true. Yeah.
Someone said you slayed a god over by Burrow.
Yeah. Also true. And
I'm in the presence of greatness.
do you think then, being in the greatness presence and all that, you could do us an enormous, and I'm talking a huge, I've never asked for a favor this big in my life, favor? Because it's kind of incriminating.
Get out
But is
the 50-year whiskey.
Oh, God,
deal.
please.
is this favor bigger than Mina's favor that she just?
No.
No.
No, it's just
Because-
I'm trying to suck up to him a little bit so that, you know, he doesn't just be like, yeah, no, I am sorry. I don't care if you're famous. I can't let you exhume a body.
Except Mina does really want this whiskey because she is hating the fact that she used the favor to bring back Torkel's dad, but felt like it was right. But now she's just like, fuck, I had that. Now I don't have that.
You can always go do another quest for Procan.
It's true. He's a nice god.
Well,
Do like him.
that's just because you're a sea elf.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And I prefer Procran over Eucidium. So.
Okay,
He's
okay.
nice.
I get it. My god sucks. He's a bit of an asshole, but come on.
He's getting better.
I wouldn't
but
be here.
Eucidium,
Procran
I'll
did-
just, conscript you as a Dampier. Procan, oh, you fetched a spear. Here's a Raise the Dead.
liked it. No, he gave it to me because I stopped a vampire basically from going wild in his temple.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a feral Atreus moment. It's a very good
I
moment.
didn't have to prove my worth to him. I showed up already cool, and he was like, "We Gucci." Anyway,
Cool.
You got the head
So while you give alcohol because my god she needs it, it's been a bad day. There is a body that I need exhumed
Oh, that's a lot
for
of work.
evidence. It is. I'm so sorry.
very helpful if you need.
Well, that helps a
Don't you
lot.
have,
I
like,
don't-
mold earth or something?
I do. I thought I have mold earth or shape stone. I can't remember what I have. I have shape stone, so it's not really something. I don't think I can help him
I
dig
have
up a body. I mean, yeah, we will help, but I need you to not tell anyone about it and to let me not be in
I mean,
trouble
I
for
can't.
digging up.
You gotta well guard. I just do the digging. You know that. No, I don't
Yeah, I know.
Less-
I know.
the bodies. I don't do the body thing.
No.
I make the caskets and I dig the holes.
So can you dig the hole, and I will fix whatever we fuck up with the body.
Roll me persuasion or intimidation. If you
I'm
prefer.
not. I'm not very
And it'd be
persuasive.
at advantage because of my winning smile.
It can be an advantage because
Uh,
of Mina's.
Mina's just like,
Winning
please.
smile. please. Your whiskey's so good.
Fuck me. That's a fucking
Did
6.
you roll at advantage?
Yeah.
Wow.
You would have been better off having Mina try to convince him.
Yeah, I should have rolled that.
I'll help.
Mina, intimidate.
Because Mina
Just-
has a +7 and you have nothing.
I
should've rolled
know.
that. That was stupid.
Gotta get Welgar
no.
to sign off on it.
All right, fine. Be right back. Just
I'll go find my shovel.
Great.
Cheers.
2. Great. Get us 2 shovels.
2 shovels.
Woohoo! Okay, whatever. Heads up.
He goes hobbling off.
Goes to find Welgar. Where are you at?
He's still in the temple, just kind of very jazzed.
There you got.
And then you realize he's absolutely exhausted, as if he probably couldn't cast another spell.
Hey, I know I came in here already casting intruders.
Oh, yes, wonderful.
Yeah, and that was really cool. That was
Praise Torkel.
once in a lifetime thing, I think. But there is another one. We really need to exhume a body because there's evidence buried with a body that could incriminate a horrible criminal.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
hey, babe. Hey, ask about the thing that we had talked about a spell to, like, see if we could
See if
Oh,
there's
yeah.
figure out. Yeah,
and-
ask about.
The evidence we also need to know once obtained how to make sure it's obvious that a certain person did it.
Oh, well, this is a lot to process.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. It's been a really long day. Saltmarsh's going to shit, which I'm sure even up here you know that.
Of course. But it's been doing that for a while.
And now we know
Ever
why.
since Akir got elected to the council.
We know why it's going to shit because there's a particular somebody behind it. Not Akir. Somebody else who is pulling all the strings behind the scene, and nobody likes that. And
Oh, yes, you hate those guys.
right. And we were given a tip that there is evidence buried with one of the bodies, an important one, that could help bring peace to Saltmarsh and bring down this criminal activity.
Okay,
Okay, great, awesome.
wait, yes, sure, whatever.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So we're gonna go help Craig McGee do that. We're just letting you know so that you don't, when you come around, you're not like surprised and shocked.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Okay. And when you wake up, if you think of how we can magically connect the evidence, like get a play-by-play.
Does Atreus not know how to look up the lore of an object?
I didn't ask him specifically, but if there was a name for that particular action, that'd be.
It's just legend lore. You learn the legend and lore associated with a thing or a person.
Well, Gar, you are a wealth of information. I'm so glad I know you. Go enjoy your nap. We'll be super quiet.
He just sits there smugly smiling to himself.
All right. She scurries along. Okay, we're good. And it's called Legend Lore.
Cool. Great. Yeah, that's something I can probably do. Great. I didn't know I could, but yeah, I'll pray about that one.
This marriage is helping you learn new things about yourself. Anyway.
Isn't that what marriage does? Like,
All right, Craig. Is it Craig or Craig?
Oh, it depends what. If you want to call me in common tongue, it's Crag.
Craig.
The elves over in the forest call me Craig.
Craig.
Are the elves southern?
Craig.
No,
Right,
they're
there's-
high
It's
druids.
the southern part of the Dreadwood, but
High
Yeah,
druids. Yeah, yeah.
Good. Let's get digging.
he said yes.
He said yes. He's also gonna go take a nap.
He's...
I think I exhausted him. It's fine.
That tracks. He's old.
I am exhausted.
What did you do to him?
I talked to him
Oh,
and just kept talking.
Who
I'll do
are
it.
digging up?
Lady Solomon.
What?
He said yes.
Yeah.
Did you?
Is this a problem?
I don't need a shovel.
Oh, great. That makes it easy. Crowbar? Trace got a crowbar.
I have a crowbar.
I've got keys, but
Oh,
Oh, duh.
much
She's
easier.
like rich and probably in like a mausoleum sort of shenanigan. Oh yeah, no, it even says Lady Solomon right there.
Right there.
Fuck, I'm
You're right, but you know, better to ask permission.
big wings and
I don't.
facing the sea and
It's
give
beautiful.
a lot of money
Yeah.
to the temple.
If I ever die, this looks like a great setup.
You're never
No, I
gonna
wanna
die,
be
babe. That's
shoved
not
in the
happening.
Same crypt as Lady Salmon.
Does Atreus realize that the only way
Good
that
day.
Mina doesn't die is if she becomes a vampire?
We're gonna call that irony.
All right, let's MTV this. Check out her crib.
Crag, does his little scuttle with his messed up leg, and I think it was wooden. I really think he had a wooden leg. I just don't want to.
No, he didn't have a
Maybe
wooden
not.
leg. He just was really like skinny and weird
Weird,
looking. He was a scrawny boy.
and which doesn't fit with the fact that he digs graves all day, but it is.
Kind of an
No.
outcast and a social pariah, right? So he just decided.
He
You
is-
described him
He's the
as
town
like
historian.
leathery skin, knows everything, writes down his little town history in like a Craig's Ramblings journal that nobody reads. That's how you described him.
We could even
I,
read it.
I remember the description. I remember
was
the
a
description.
raisin-
I don't remember the
Raisin
fucking
of a man
name.
missing about half his teeth
Yes.
when his weathered tan
Yes.
and heavily wrinkled face broke into a grin.
Big happy smiley weird guy. So he goes over
Love
to
him.
the
Not a real financial
sepulcher, and he lifts a grate off of the ground, which kind of reveals a staircase that leads halfway under and goes down and clicks a couple of locks, puts them in a little pouch, opens the door. Come on in.
Where's that
The
Cool.
smell hits you.
That was easy.
Yeah. No, don't say it was easy yet because that's
Can you,
always the worst.
Every single time we go into a grave, we like to make sure it's not haunted.
Do you want me to do the eyes of the
Might
grave
as
thing?
fucking well, you know what day it is?
Okay.
It's Forever Day. Just check.
It is Forever Day. I'm going to. Do I even have? I mean, I probably do have
At least
more
one
because
left.
I used. I have only one left at this point. Actually, no, I've got a bunch. Yeah, I'm going to use another.
I
eyes
did
of the
find
grave.
out. I did
I've
find
three
out
left.
that Whiskey Crag is actually a different crag because it's spelled Kraigh.
Craig.
Crag the Brewer.
Yeah, Craig.
Craig.
That one's Craig.
He's very Scottish.
They get
Craig.
confused for each other all the time, but
I was
All the
just thinking back
Maybe
to the
they're
description
brothers.
because I was like, there's no way that Rob described the person selling whiskey in that way. And then I found
No.
he's a rotund man with a balding head and a brown chin-strap beard.
Look at that. Look at us finding the
Totally.
things.
Look at. Wow, Peter, you're on top of it tonight.
It took me a while
have
because I
made
had
too
to...
many
With
I had-
finding the
Finding
thing.
the
Because
things.
I've mixed up in my typing, I've called him Crag, Krag. So then I
you are
searched the
one.
word whiskey, and then I found it after sorting through 10 pages in Discord.
Yeah,
I was,
There's a
I was
lot.
gonna say
it's a lot.
how many times do we reference
That's
whiskey?
a problem.
The code word will be whiskey.
Well, in the Discord, we've referenced it 179 times. So
Nice.
Honestly, seems
Yeah.
low.
I know that I was expecting more. Hydrate.
Oh, hydrating. How did you do that? You wanted us to shut up.
No, we were talking about whiskey, and I felt
Mm.
like it was appropriate.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Eyes
So
breathing thing.
this whole ground is hallowed,
Oh, good.
so you're sure there are no undead. You immediately recognize the sparkle that Krokan's cleric has brought here and placed throughout the area.
So-
I really like what he's done with the place. There's a kind of sparkle.
Oh, stunning.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. So do we just like push this open? Or...
Well, you got to come down here,
Okay.
and
Down we
Mhm.
go.
and then and he's tied a bandana over his face at this point.
I stopped breathing for fun.
And if you wanna, if you're ready, you
I'll just
gotta
take a
take
really
the-
deep breath and then I can hold my breath for like 5 minutes.
I'm pretty used to this, but it still gets me every time. When you open one like this, just all of a sudden, boom, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
I don't need to breathe, so I'm going to not breathe.
Right, good luck. And he just kind of stands back, really holding his nose. As you see down here within the sepulcher is a stone coffin, much like what you've seen in some of the elven crypts and whatnot. But this one is just a simple coffin, nothing inlaid. On the top, no crazy anything. That's all done on the outside for everyone else's show. And this is just, it has the name scrawled on the side. Just falling to Mina to open.
Yeah, I can open it.
Yeah, I will
Can-
open it.
I will open it with help.
All right, do
Okay, I'll help you.
athletics at advantage, please.
Okay, that I can do. I rolled it once. Sorry.
Janine, your sound like cut out.
Can you hear me?
Now I can, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got a 23 and an 11, so
Yeah, it's not that heavy. Mina's picked up so many things at this point and kicked in so many doors that this really is more of a task to do as opposed to a burden. Atreus does try and help in more guides as Mina just kind
You should put it that way. No, you're doing so good, and I really like when you flex. Like it looks
she's
really nice.
currently in her leather armor. If you remember, she's not in her mithril.
Yeah.
So.
This kind
I
of
am?
reminds me of.
Why?
You said you changed into
Yeah, you
your
said so.
mithril, your leather armor to go down to the empty nest.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
I don't remember this place.
You wrote this.
You didn't want to stick out that much while you're in the, Thieves Guild headquarters. So
I hate that. Okay. We're gonna change
you're
it
not shining.
as soon as readily available.
This kind of like reminds me of how you looked when we first met. So you know.
I'm surprised I still own this.
Me too. I'm surprised you still fit. You've gained so much muscle. Like in a good way. It's like you're bulking. You look great. You look so good, babe.
Unlike
Okay.
the corpse you're looking at, which is
How about you? Yeah,
severely
back to work.
dehydrated.
Okay.
This old lady
Oh,
is
fuck.
nothing but wrinkles and skin and bones. The noxious smell burns Mina's eyes. It doesn't really bother Atreus that much. She is in a very fine dress. She's only been in the grounds less than a year, but she is wearing a set of pretty crappy jewelry. So she is bedazzled, but really not well. As
Party
if,
City.
yeah, it's
Costume jewelry.
less than
Egg.
100 gold worth of adornment.
Alright, we're not gonna mess with her. We're just looking for the dagger.
Give me an investigation check.
I can do that. Probably fairly decently.
13.
Are you helping me?
I got a
She's looking on her own.
You did your own thing. That's fine.
You used to find
You
out
do your own
eyes.
thing. It's fine. I got a 25.
Fantastic.
Babe, it's over here.
Oh. There. I had to come around the other side.
Atreus sees that part of her clothing has been purposefully laid flat to conceal the slight bulge of a dagger.
Well, shit.
Great. Can I very delicately move that fabric? I hate that I'm groping a corpse and grab this dagger.
You can. The dagger has been placed here. It is beautiful. It is not sheathed. It has this zigzag type of blade. Running down the blade are runes in Undercommon.
Hydrate. Pika's here.
Hey!
Pika! I love Pika! Hi!
That you immediately recognize as written using Drow script. So it's the Undercommon language written in Elvish. The name of
But I know what it says though because I've got that reading everything.
Nonsense. It says "Kiss of the Wyvern," which is it's spelled out "Kiss of the Wyvern," so K and W are both capitalized as if this is the name of the dagger itself. Looking with your 25, you can see that going down through the center is a hollowed tube of metal that comes up from the hilt. The hilt has a green gemstone at the end of the pommel that can be screwed on and screwed off, where you might be able to put some sort of poison.
That bastard.
One
Cool.
super obnoxious thing. The initials SW are engraved inside the green gemstone. And you need at least a
Skerrin's
20
last
investigation to see that. So, yeah. Skerrin's last name they would know. You would not. Is Wave Chaser. They just learned that from Honey.
What a dumbass murdering someone with
You
an
know,
engraved dagger.
This
What?
is exactly what I
I
thought.
thought he was supposed to be
This
smart.
is exactly what I thought he would do.
Is it?
Eric.
It is. And this is actually what I was expecting. I thought he would leave a call card, and he did.
This
What the fucker?
obviously had to have been done after she was married.
You know what, though? It would be really funny if the SW stood for Scarlet Wotherhood. I don't know. Because who would think it's Skerrin? Who would...
I think half the town at this point.
This is really... Yeah.
Everyone seems to know about the butler. I don't even know why we're even still using this code name. All right.
It's like a cliche or something. The butler did it.
Butler did it
Hey.
in the something room, probably a library, because they fucking had those with this. fucking
No,
thing.
he did it in her bed.
Oh, kinky.
Yeah, babe, we already have talked about bringing swords into our beds, and you said no because Night Render was watching.
Because yours is sentient. All right. It's probably.
I thought you were friends with my sword.
Yeah, I don't invite my friends into my. The dagger is probably poisoned, so I don't know if it's still potent. You might want to wrap it in something.
Yeah, I'll deal with this very carefully. Can I keep it though? Because this is kind of a cool dagger. Okay, fine. I mean, after we whatever. So I'm gonna definitely need I'm gonna need this day to fucking end at some point so that I can get spells in the morning and pray.
But we don't have time to wait for that, so I feel like Akira, you and I are just gonna have to take him out.
I have a feeling that's what's going to happen, because that's what we talked about doing.
I would like the record to show we did go back to the notes, and the line was about emotional armor, not physical armor. Mina is still wearing her mithril.
I am stupid because I definitely read that.
I will reread it.
Oh, she put on her
Same.
leather armor.
Same.
I'm
Read
such
it.
a dumbass.
I went back and I found it to ask Janine, because I was like, why would you do this?
This is no, I didn't do that. I was like, why? I don't remember doing this, guys. The place reeked, and Mina fixed her armor in place, not the one of Mithril, but the one she had worn most of her life around those who challenged her strength and right to be present. This is about emotion, not leather.
I definitely went, she's wearing her leather armor.
Oh, she's being fucking artsy,
Cool.
Waters plan.
No, okay.
Hey, I thought
I'm
he had
sorry,
changed
I'm a
too.
dumbass.
Yeah, no.
I'm just a stupid person in general. It's fine.
We're not allowed to say that. Bitch.
Thank you.
Bitch.
I thought it was well written, but I can also see how it could be
Sorry.
confusing.
We'll rewrite that
So.
for the book, but
That's
like
alright.
4 years from now.
I'm a literature person. What's wrong with
4
me?
years from now. We'll get here.
Wait, was this the day that I was especially very drunk?
I don't know.
Was this 4th of
No,
July?
this is
No.
the 6th.
Oh, then never mind. I was stone cold sober and just being
It was
stupid.
2 days later where there was still an emotional fallout from 4th of July.
Yeah, that's
I was still hungover.
Emotionally exhausted. Panther Witch is here. Hi. Sorry. Got really excited. Here to lurk and support. Lurk and lurk. All right,
Okay.
back to our scheduled programming. We have now retrieved this dagger. I guess wrapped it up in some fabric. Maybe the pants scraps that I carry.
pants.
In my bag.
Yeah. Still hoping Akira will put those on someday,
No,
but
they're ripped in half.
he
I'm
hasn't.
sorry, you want Akira to put on
Oh,
the
that's right.
nasty ass pants you found from the haunted house?
Any pants at this juncture, buddy. Any pants.
That's the only way to wear them if they are ripped in half, one up the side and one up the other side,
I mean-
but never the two shall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, he'd be
yeah.
fine with that. That's like a skirt.
So
Cool.
chaps.
Yeah.
He's just wearing chaps.
It's all the compromise, Atreus.
Please, it's tailless chaps.
Oh my god.
He's got to be able to
What a
easily
nightmare.
bend the
Fine,
knees
we're moving
and
on.
flare the tail. So
Yep. It's for flight. That's really
Uh-huh.
the key.
Okay, we got this.
All right, where are the two of you going now? Let's try and get this party together.
I'm gonna. What did you just do?
I bumped things and things cascaded down and just meteor swarmed myself.
Wow. Well, I'm going to. No, I can't really do that. I can't because he is not 30 feet within my purview. That was so many words. I'm going to. Do I have ascending that I can cast to a kid and be like, "Hey, where are you?"
We have a stone, but we
So I
already
can
used
see.
it.
Yeah, we already used it. So I have
And
to
so
see
it's
if I have.
Hydrate.
Redeemed hydrate. That's what I meant. She didn't hydrate. Well, maybe she should. Maybe you should.
Do I have any more
you have a
sending?
spell slot, don't you?
I have a. Yeah, one. This is my last 3rd level spell.
Oh, Lord.
What time is it?
Oh my god.
You have less than an hour until the vote.
Oh shit.
Great.
Did
Great.
Akira
Awesome.
So
tell them where they were going?
yeah, no,
right?
I said I'm tailing Skerrin. He's at Anders' house.
Okay, we're going to Anders' house. Ha,
What
fix it.
you don't know
Okay.
is that I told
Snack
Kai.
mode? Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
nice. What
What
you
is
don't
going
know
This counts as a snack because it's in
Is
a
I'm going to
milkshake.
extra hydrate and I'll go get a snack. In the
Akir told Kai that if we haven't heard from Atreus within an hour of the vote, we're moving forward with the killing.
Okay, well, we are on our way. We're just going to be on our way to Anders' house. And I don't know what condition we'll find it, but we are on our way. What is the message from the Lord?
I want to see what the message from Eucidium is in this. What the? Okay, come back later. I'm sleeping.
Eucidium's like, let him do it. Just let him do it. That's fine. Don't interfere.
Glorious.
In parentheses, yes, cookies need their sleep too. But I just. Hey, God. Oh, okay.
Not a good time.
All right, Eucidium, fuck you do.
That to me sounds like Eucidium saying, just kill the bitch.
So I will turn around and pretend I didn't see it.
Now, Atreus said that they were gonna cast Sending, so
That's just stale fortune cookie. It's like cardboard.
how old was it?
That's regrettable. I got it
Oh.
tonight.
Yeah.
That's questionable.
Very. Well, I mean, the kid at the restaurant was shooting a Nerf gun, so you know.
So
It's
is
a
that the one that
questionable
always has
place.
the problem?
Mhm.
So he started finding ways
Yes.
to let out his anger?
So yes. Yeah, I'm going to cast my last 3rd level spell. Hey, we found a lot of information. Where are you? Can I save my extra words for?
I was kind of
no,
wondering that
can't-
too.
no,
Like,
to-
could we
for a
say like
response?
5-word phrases in response to each other?
That doesn't work.
They're in the
Our
back together.
DM won't let us. Damn it. I don't know what to
You
say.
want to tell him you have evidence that will put Skerrin away forever?
Yeah, tell me actually
Okay, then
have
yes,
it. He knows
wait.
we're going after it.
Wait. Time out. I didn't say any of that. Stop your count.
Still got like 15 words left.
Fine. We have evidence. With his initials.
Damning evidence.
There you go.
The
There we
message
go.
came through?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to say that Akir was about to start moving towards the building, and then he just freezes as he hears Atreus' voice in his head, and he's just like, Praise Sinitra. They found the evidence. Oh, am I just like replying now?
Are you? Yeah.
Alright, in that case,
Hello?
Akira's going to say,
Akira, hello.
That speech to text is still on.
Excellent. Meet at the tower.
Great.
Because he figures we should all gather back up as best we can.
Okay.
So we're gonna go meet at the tower. Tower.
Kai's gonna turn to Akira and be like, "Are we really just leaving him?"
How would you feel if I invite him to the vote tonight?
Better.
Well, they have the evidence. You're willing to confirm their testimony. I would say that I'll go down there and invite him and then come to the tower. How is that? Alright. Then Akira's gonna fly down and knock on the door.
All right, let's cut.
And I'm
to-
gonna.
Go ahead.
I'm not leaving yet. I'm gonna sort of like hide around the side of the building.
All right, give me a stealth check. I'm going to give you advantage on this because you do have most cover here.
Because I have what?
Mostly cover. Like,
Because we were in a pretty well hidden spot.
That will be a 16.
yeah, it's good enough. Barely, but it's good enough. His passive is like 15. So, anyways, yeah, let's cut to KV. KV, the soaking wet saber-toothed tiger, really made quite the stir as she exited the mines without you.
Good.
Lots of upset people. Lots of very perplexed dwarves.
Okay.
Someone may have thrown a rock at her as she passed the camp, but
I hope she attacks right back.
they miss entirely. Just one of those, there's this saber-tooth tiger. Anyways, when she arrives back at the tower, she finds Katva and Cleona.
Okay. What's the bad news?
I'm hoping the bad news is that your dad was dead.
Waiting for the second Sue to drop.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good. Well, then she's just gonna perch her, or she's just gonna sit down right outside the front door, and she'll listen to what's going on and keep an eye out for anybody.
Nice. Make me a perception check.
All right, perception's +4, so let's roll a d20. And that'll be a 17.
Nice. She does overhear the conversation. They're just kind of talking about wedding details. Katva's doing most of the talking. Cleona's barely just listening to your mother. Oh, this, and I can make you these things, and I know you really didn't like that idea last week. And then this one's like, what are you doing? And
As mothers do
typical mom.
with wedding planning. Yeah, just thanks, Ma.
I'm relieved that this is a conversation. Truly.
and they go back and forth for a minute or two, and they're really not going to like you having moved those things on the wall. It's just redecorating, Mom. Torkel will think it's funny. It's a joke. And right, I'll see you later. I know you've got to prepare. And Cleona takes her leave and is a little startled at the tiger outside the door.
KV's going to put her paws up on her chest and just push her back in.
She's not gonna have that.
Your tiger is trying to shove your sister?
Gently. Have you ever seen a cat kind of scratch at your legs and it's kind of giving you a hug? It's not attacking, it's just kind of stretch.
I don't know if I've ever known an animal to stretch and not cause pain.
KV is doing the book boyfriend move right now. In the doorway. Just like a lean.
Mhm.
That's all I can think of.
KV has never been so hot.
How you doing?
Mom, what's that? Why is that here? And she just kind of steps back, very startled.
I mean, at least she didn't scream.
I'm not sure if Katva's ever seen KV in this form. Ever seen KV?
Well, you had...
We
were all in the tower together.
Okay, yeah, she saw KV
Yeah,
earlier. Yeah, okay.
All right, so after
Okay.
the converse, they end up. KV just sits there, blocking the door, and you see. Oh, KV tells you mentally, that they're both in there and they're both fine. And Cleona comes over and just kind of gently closes the door. I'm going to go nap upstairs now. Torkel's a lot. You know that, right?
That's fair.
And
That's fair.
she just kind of storms off upstairs.
Okay. I'll
Such
deal
a
with that later.
helicopter brother.
Listen, she's not going to be a fan when she gets noped into pocket dimension with the staff.
Yeah.
Technically, KV is operating autonomously right now. Technically.
Also true.
I feel like KV's under the directions of go be with Ma and keep her there, and therefore KV's just like, Ma, sister, close enough.
Yeah, I told her to go find Ma, and I think given that she saw someone push my father in and try to literally murder him and succeed in literally murdering him effectively.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Did Hamill murder your dad, or did you?
Please
I don't like
go
the way
there.
you're asking that
I don't want to
question.
answer that. Personally.
I made the best decisions I thought I could at the time. It's not my fault the dice said, hey, you're 90 feet above ground instead of 10 feet above ground, okay? I didn't want to get stuck in rock. You know what? We're not having this conversation.
No, we're fine. It's fine. Everything's fixed now, so it doesn't matter.
Agree.
I do need
You're
to work on
welcome.
this alignment. Anyways,
Thank you.
what is KV's passive perception?
Don't like that. Don't like that.
I
Do you
don't
for
know.
Mina and Atreus coming into town?
What is passive perception? Just their wisdom modifier?
Yeah, plus 8.
Wisdom's +2, so 11.
Okay.
Oh no, the wisdom's 15,
The +2.
so +2, so 12.
Okay. Sounds good. And let's cut back
Is
to...
it just a tiger, like just the animal tiger? Because if so,
It was a
it's
saber-tooth tiger.
Oh, I hit Pegasus again. It's probably worse than that.
no. I think tigers
Horses have it.
have perception skill. Yeah, it's a +3.
On the saber-tooth tiger?
Yes,
Oh, passive perception
saber-tooth
is
tigers
13.
have perception skill.
Okay.
Sweet. Very nice. Let's cut to Akir. Akir knocks on the door and Cleona answers.
What?
Oh, hi. Hi.
Hello. It is good to see you again.
You too.
Or first time. No, we haven't met.
And that's what I was saying. I'm like, wait, you
Wait,
weren't
hold
here
on.
with
Okay,
them.
back up.
No, yeah.
Hello. Have we met?
No. Hi. I'm Cleona. You're Akir,
Ah.
the council
Cleona, Torkel's
counselor.
Torkel's sister. It
Torkel's
is a
kid sister.
pleasure.
You too. And she punches you in the arm.
I see it runs in the family then. Is Skerrin here? I assumed Anders had already made his way to the council chambers.
Oh no, he's got at least another 20 minutes till he's leaving. He's putting on his... I better not say. But yeah, Skerrin's around somewhere.
Oh, good. I was hoping,
Tidying something.
as I had heard, that... Nope, I didn't hear this, did I? No, I did. We learned that Skerrin was going to take over when we went to the tower. I had heard that Skerrin was going to be the second for a while for the council, while you two are on your honeymoon. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. He's such a sweetheart. He bought us the most fabulous boat trip. I mean, with Anders' money, but still, he helped to organize the whole thing around the world.
Yes, quite the mastermind and
considerate.
organizer. I can definitely believe that. I was hoping he might attend the vote tonight. I think it would be good for him to be in the room for a few before Anders makes his way.
That's not really... You. How about I go get Anders?
That would be excellent. Thank you. Again, a pleasure to meet you.
Have you been here before? Do you know where the sitting room is?
I have not.
Come, I'll show you. And she just kind of like grabs your arm and pulls you on in and closes the door behind you.
He goes willingly.
Can you? Oh no, that's metagaming. We can't do that.
Never
mind.
Can you hold up a hand to just be like, just to kind of give a symbol to Kai that he knows is watching,
Make a
like
sleight of hand
that it's
check
okay
to give that thumbs up or something.
Oh man, it's a
Kai would definitely
22.
see that it.
22.
Kai, make a perception check.
We say that I'm looking for it, so I get advantage.
Sure.
Okay.
Sorry, Mina and Atreus had most of the first half, so
2 5s.
The dice have spoken.
You see Akir's bird arm just kind of flutter out the door, but you're really not sure what it was because his wing was in the way from where you were standing.
Have I been listening? Like, can I hear what they've been saying?
You know it was Cleona.
Okay.
You weren't super sure, but she seems to have invited him in.
All right.
And just kind of,
I'm gonna wait uncomfortably and be on high alert and send Fairy circling the whole house to see if she can spot him.
Nice. Let Fairy do their perception check.
Oh, I guess I could have summoned
advantage
dust, but it's just so sudden I didn't think about it. Akira doesn't normally think of using dust to communicate, though, so that's on brand.
Yeah. It's always
Whereas
an
Kai
afterthought, or when Kai says,
constantly
hey,
does.
you know what you could do?
All right, it's a +3, and they get advantage. Oh yeah, that's a
Oh,
nat
nice.
20.
Very nice.
Oh,
So
that
with
is
your
Dragon,
23,
the cow.
Fairy just kind of swoops around and just immediately does a double back, like, oh, he's right there. You see Akir and Cleona, and Cleona's trying to convince him to have a drink. Will Akir accept?
I'm trying to remember now if Akira has ever been in this house, and I don't think he has. But he knows Mina has drunk in this house, because he knows Mina stole Anders' whiskey.
Yep.
Thought about doing it again.
Can Akira do an insight check, because he's on edge?
Sure.
15?
She seems fine. She's not. She might be a little. It's not that she'd be offended. She just won't think you're cool if you don't drink.
He'll accept a glass.
It's not the expensive stuff.
Am I within 10 feet?
No.
Hiding outside?
This room's probably
Damn it.
much bigger
You are
than
beyond
10
the
feet.
courtyard, beyond the wall.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she hands it over. All right, I'll go. Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna get Anders, not Skerrin, because he's not very helpful.
That's perfectly fine. Thank you. He just kind of like raises the glass.
Wedding on the brain. And she scuttles out. And a few minutes later, Anders comes rolling in, and I'm just gonna put on the hat. Oh, hi. Oh, sorry, he's young. Oh, hi.
Hello. I was hoping to invite Skerrin to the vote tonight, as I'm sure it will be monumental for the city, and with him taking your position, I'd like to make sure that he's comfortable with how we run things in the council.
Oh, that's a good idea. I should have thought of that. Let me go ask him.
Excellent. I appreciate it, and I know it is quite short notice.
Oh, it's fine. He's always agreeable. He loves all of my ideas. And he pops his head back in. Did you get a drink?
Yes, I have one. Thank you. Quite.
Good.
He's just like holding it on the armrest.
And he goes down. You hear some voices off in the distance.
Is anyone in the room right now?
With Akir? No.
I'm gonna have Fairy just do like a quick tap on the window so that he knows she's there.
You obviously notice it.
He's just
Cool.
gonna raise a thumb and not look.
There.
But he is gonna try and, I guess, do a perception to see if anyone else is potentially watching the room. I'm gonna assume he does not have his shield out because he came into someone's house, which would be weird.
That'd be weird.
So 22.
No one is actively watching, but you're specifically looking for that, and you see that there are grates on either side of the room where if someone wanted to watch, they could. But you're pretty sure that there's nobody there.
Okay. Are they grates that look like they could be like sound tunnels? Like someone could easily listen from an
Not as
unseen
much-
spot? Or grates that are just like someone
They're-
could be visually watching? Okay.
or visually watching.
So I was like, did Skerrin like wire up this place to just listen from his office?
Metagaming,
No, he's got to be inside the wall.
but I'm really concerned that Cleona is actually Skerrin because we know that at least one of his buddies has disguise self.
Well, I guess when we were watching Skerrin for this whole time, did we see Cleona? Okay.
On occasion.
And we didn't
About
like
the house.
see her leave at all, did we? Yeah. So Akira wouldn't have any specific concern about that.
Okay. Yeah, we still think she's Cleona.
But that also means that the Cleona in the tower might not be Cleona. So
Yeah. But we don't know that.
Somebody else's problem.
Yup.
Mostly topless. But it's okay. Sorry, Nathan.
that glare.
Can't catch a fucking break today, man.
I mean,
Wow. This is the
Well,
day of
except
Torkel.
my dad's back. But other than that, can't catch a break. Or I can't catch my father either, actually.
Too soon. Too soon.
You know what, folks? That wins it. That's it for the night. I'm out. That was amazing. Oh. Nathan, do you have inspiration?
No, because I used it trying to catch my father.
You get it. You get it back for not having his back.
Like,
I have not laughed that hard in probably 2 weeks. That hurt. Okay, what were we talking
We
about?
were waiting for Anders to confirm whether Skerrin can make it to the council meeting.
That's right. He comes back in. I am so sorry. That took a lot longer. He did make a good point that it wouldn't be appropriate for him to be there yet. We don't generally let our seconds sit
I
in.
see. Well, perhaps that's something we can discuss tonight to change for the future. I think it would be good for them to be, quiet observers, if you will.
So hold on, this is not like a town council meeting where like everyone's gonna be there, like it was last
closed
time.
vote.
This is the town vote.
Oh,
I'm very sorry. And to be honest, he's got a very busy day tomorrow. He's traveling all the way to the capital on my behalf. I have a couple of things he needs to pick up for me before I go on my honeymoon. So it would have been very inconvenient for him to have been up all night at the council meeting before his journey
I
out of
see. Well, in that case, congratulations, as I said to your beloved, and I will see you tonight for the vote. Very soon. Looking forward to it.
we have to just off him.
And so
ASAP.
Akira's gonna stand, set the glass down, give him a small bow, and head to the door saying, I can see myself out.
Oh, you are.
Then he's gonna head on out.
This is not
He
good.
looks at and you see him like looking oddly at your untouched glass. Shrugs, and as you close the door, he walks back to wherever it was he was getting ready and finding the correct hat. He didn't even have his glasses on for this. He was not ready for guests. So
Did anybody, Akir or Fairy, hear him talking with Skerrin? Okay.
you would have had to have gotten much closer to overhear the conversation.
The
Okay.
Muppet's not that loud. Yeah, then Akira's gonna head out towards where they were, the area where they were hiding, to find Kai and fill them in. It seems Skerrin will not be joining us, and our time is short. He's leaving in the morning, so anything we do needs to be today. But it may be wise to regroup with our companions and see if we can muster up an arrest warrant tonight. Akira's kind of like trying to be convincing a little bit because he knows that's not what Kai wants to hear.
If we are able to muster up an arrest warrant, is that good enough? Or do we just need to end this now?
I think a large part of that depends on the evidence that our friends have found.
Skerrin has told us that we'll have a meeting in a week. But that is also based on us voting his way tonight.
Ned also agreed to a meeting tomorrow, and yet he left today.
Ed was not in the zone of truth.
Yeah. I say we expose the Brotherhood, and hopefully they will all be in agreement. But regardless, we deal with Skerrin after, together.
And just claim that some concerned citizen was pissed off enough at the revelation of the Brotherhood and took matters into their own hands?
I think that depends entirely on how the council meeting goes. And the evidence.
He's not leaving town tonight, one way or another.
No, he's leaving in the morning.
I will do everything in my power to ensure that that does not happen.
I'm leaving Fairy here. Why don't you leave Dusk? If he moves, I want to know where.
That seems reasonable. So then Akira's gonna pop Dusk out into their hiding spot, since that was probably a good visual spot to watch things. Do we know if there's secret entrances? There's probably secret entrances. Although Skerrin does like to walk the streets a lot. Because Akira's found him like 3 times wandering the streets.
Mm-hmm. And how many times has Kieran?
That's also true. It's like 50-50, I guess.
I mean, I'm envisioning that Fairy and Dusk are flying around the building and like trying to catch sight of him at different times.
Oh, I was assuming Dusk would stay hidden so that Skerrin wouldn't have any reason to be spooked.
That might be smarter.
All right. Cut back to Torkel, because he was the first. He was moving ahead of the other two. Torkel and Pa see the tower in the distance and a big old saber-toothed tiger lounging in front of the door.
Torkel reaches out on the mental link. Good to see you.
Yep. I don't know what KV's voice is. So.
Probably another Muppet, honestly. It'd be another Muppet.
She just kind of nods, just kind of an understood appreciation.
As for KV, that's good enough for me. That's a song going on in her head.
I feel like KV's voice is more like velvety, you know?
I was thinking like...
Katie sounds like Fluttershy.
I was thinking like a female Shere Khan. But...
No, Katie sounds like Fluttershy.
I've got none of these in my, 3 voices. So.
What do you mean you can't do all of the voices from My Little Pony?
You have children?
I do have
Try
children.
harder.
I almost did it. It was a really good persuasion check.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
So we're just gonna...
I have nothing left.
It's a very sad sound.
It fully worked. I know, right? Is that your first or second?
First, I'm gonna be smart.
Snack.
Not do. Y'all, I don't have snacks. That was my snack. It was my alcohol and my snack.
All right, so Torkel is going to just walk in, and KV will let him pass, and he's going to go into the tower.
The moment you walk
With-
in, the picture that has been on the wall, probably for a month or two now. It's not a particularly great picture, but it was just a simple landscape. It has been removed and set on the floor and turned upside down.
Torkel kind of turns it over and is like, huh, never noticed that one before. And just puts it back. Like, back on the ground.
On the ground or on the wall?
On the ground. Just lays it like where his ma put it. To like, I honestly never noticed that.
Why are you redecorating my
Bigger
home?
priorities, we'll just leave it where it is. We'll deal with this later.
Oh, hi, honey. Yeah, sorry
Hey,
about
Ma.
that. Leona thought it would be funny.
It was a little funny. I'm sorry. I'm a little preoccupied. How are you?
As your dad walks in behind you, she just runs up, bear hugs him, and lifts him up off of the ground.
Well, he's feeling better than ever right now, so.
Yep. You hear a small crack, and it's just a little PTSD, but it's okay.
Okay, yeah. Yep. Everyone is fine.
Everyone is fine, and
Everyone is fine.
Sturrock are reunited.
Thank goodness. And I don't really have any reason to know that Cleona is upstairs, or allegedly Cleona is upstairs, so...
They did say she was
Maybe told
here.
you.
She just...
Oh, they did? That's true. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I guess I'll just go upstairs and check on her real quick, too.
Your mom and dad start making out downstairs.
We're just gonna let that...
She's trying to get all the
yeah.
water out of his hair and his beard, and it just turns really messy.
That's why they have so many kids.
That's-
Yeah, there it is.
No questions, just making out. Cool.
It's just
They have a
normal for the
life,
Storak
too.
household. Yeah. I mean,
You know
Kanta
what?
had a
We're
dagger.
gonna leave it in his hands if he wants to explain it, because I'm not touching that right
It's not
now.
like you're the one who died.
Yeah.
I mean, she did try and kill herself earlier, so it's very
Yeah.
big for the two of them.
Yeah.
More for them than any of these guys.
You two live your best lives. I'm gonna go check on my sister.
One was
give me-
supposed to die, the other wasn't supposed to die, and then the reverse happened.
Right? You're welcome. The upstairs is empty.
Oh. Okay. Walks back down. You said Cleona was here?
I need you to make a shielding your eyes check.
Is this a constitution to keep from puking?
That's
Or am I
really
trying
up
to
to you.
fail
I don't
for
know
that
how much
willpower?
PDA you've been exposed to
Wisdom
his
saving
entire
throw?
life.
Let's just go with perception and see how much of this I see. I see as much as I'm comfortable
Yeah,
with.
there's definitely third base action, and it's really uncomfortable.
You know what? I'm just gonna go back upstairs. Something's wrong here, but I'm not going to ruin their day anymore for it, so. I'm not sure how I'm gonna leave, but you know, we'll deal with that later.
I mean, there's, the roof hatch.
Yeah, sure, I could jump off, yeah, or try and climb down, or I can't Misty step down because that's out of my arsenal now,
You already used levitate and fly.
and fly. Yeah, I can take the full damage.
could- Fillet. You could fall.
I mean,
It
you could
really
try to
wouldn't hurt
climb
you that much
first.
at
I
this
mean, it is kind of a ruined tower. There's probably
true.
lots of handholds.
No, I will try to climb. The point being, I'm just gonna go out at the top of the tower and just keep an eye out from here for the time being until I have a reason not to be at the top of the tower.
All right, give me an investigation check because I assume your fingers are in your ears.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Oh yeah, that tracks. An 8.
One thing that stands out is there's a rope tied to a little bit of a parapet.
Well, at least I know it didn't fly out. Probably.
It does not go, but maybe halfway down.
Okay. Well. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Not sure what kind of a problem yet. But that's gonna be a problem. There's nothing for me to do right now. We're just gonna stay here.
Could work on fixing things. I don't know. You do see Atreus and Mina off in the distance. They're very.
They're gonna walk into
They're-
some fun times.
Kavi will
We
put
deserve this.
Put her paws
We
on
deserve
their
this.
chest.
You both deserve this so much.
Mm. Hmm.
Yeah.
You know Akira has a very high
Okay.
passive perception, right? And sleeps way too
That's
close to
true.
you
Oh,
guys,
really?
and that's why he
What is
locked
it?
himself. He made himself a perfect room in a tower where he would not be able to perceive what's going on.
Oh, that's why we never know where Akira sleeps. Oh, fuck, it's not Akira, it's us.
It's not me, it's you.
Finally got there.
Yeah. Sorry, Kier.
So you hear some sloppy noises when the saber-tooth tiger kind of stops the two of you. You can see Torkel kind of, waving from the top of the tower.
Can I just open the door slowly?
Kavi is not letting you touch the door.
Are they having sex in my living room?
You know, I'd prefer not to know the answer to that question.
Okay. I'm climbing up onto. I'm spider climbing up my. Mina, do you want to get on my back?
No,
I
I'm
mean,
uncomfortable with that.
Mina,
right
do you want
now.
to climb Atreus' tower?
I would. I don't.
Mina, can't you just
Yes,
like jump
In her
up?
leather
I'm
armor.
not wearing leather armor. Dead. I'm just.
Her emotional support armor.
You know, I might just hang out with.
I
the
hate
tiger.
everything.
I don't.
Where's everybody? Where's people that aren't having sex?
You're looking at them.
Where's Akia and Kai?
Your guess is as good as mine. Weren't you the ones talking to? Didn't you talk to them at some point?
They told us to come here, but now I'm being sexiled from my own
house.
Okay. My parents have had a day.
Yeah, I saved one of.
I know. You've had a day too. If you want to go down and stop them, fine. You want me to go down and stop them and
I
tell
would
them
like
to knock
you to
it off?
stop your parents from having more little dwarf babies, more little Torkels.
She's too old for that. It's.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's a good question. You think I can actually tell my mom what to do?
Over Katie
No.
and just knock on the door and just give them a quick wrap it up warning. Other people live here.
Where's the condom? I mean, end it.
Other people
Don't
live here and you don't. So if you could just, yeah, soon.
Sorry.
Hi,
about
Kappa.
Akir and Kai, please make me perception checks as you are flying your way to the tower.
I see jack shit.
17.
Nice. You see the crazy show going on with Torkel on top, Atreus just climbing over the top, and Mina and the tiger in front of the tower door. And it looks like your party is trying to assault their home.
There were so many ways you could have described that.
Then Torkel on
Instead,
top.
you said Torkel on top.
With Atreus climbing the
Torkel's
tower?
on top. Torkel's on top of Atreus's tower.
And Mina's at the bottom.
And that's the bottom.
Mina is almost cresting over.
The tiger.
She's
She's
working
so close.
the bottom.
Bottom right now.
That doesn't normally happen.
Torkel and Atreus also see the two of them flying in your direction.
Oh, okay. They're waving at us, so I'm not going to just go in guns blazing.
I mean, I am probably going to put my shield away so I have easier access to my bow, but that's just a precautionary measure.
You don't need easy access. You don't wear pants.
But to my bow, because I have to be able to put my shield away. Otherwise, in order to shoot, I have to drop it. I don't want to do that.
You have so many less pockets, I just realized.
So allegedly
I'm
my
sorry.
sister was here.
You don't need
at some point.
pants to have pockets. Have you seen his leather?
I'm a woman.
around
You
this
think
time.
I don't
Have
know
you seen
this?
his leather coat? It's got pockets.
No. Okay. Okay, Elena.
It
Get
has
the pockets. There's so many pockets on it. I had to
That was my
buy it.
immediate thought too.
It's really cool. It's cool. Hey, the Struck parents are reuniting downstairs.
Yeah, that's the
Like, you're just gonna be
let's
like,
call that.
Oh, you
Uh-huh.
found them both. Excellent.
So okay, so my sister, so Cleona was supposedly
Akira's
here.
gonna like give you a funny
Cleona
look.
is obviously not here.
When was Cleona here? How long ago did I speak with Cleona?
20 minutes ago.
I'm assuming I was in Anders' house for, we'll say, 15, 20 minutes maybe? 10-minute
Probably.
flight over?
Okay.
So 30 minutes max.
She supposedly went upstairs. I obviously came up and did not find her. Don't think KV saw her leave, but there's obviously a rope right there.
There's a
Which
rope right
makes
there.
me inclined to think that's not my sister. Because my sister's weird. That's a little out of left field even for her.
I spoke with her at Anders' house not 30 minutes ago.
Kai just like fly over KV, knock on the door and open it, and just be like, when did Cleona go upstairs?
Is KV gonna do anything to stop her? Him? Not sure what-
Kai's gonna
I think
try
it was
that
military.
intensely, and Cave is just gonna leave them to their own devices and say, she's not
Your
gonna say
eyes.
anything, but have fun.
All right. Kai opens the door, and off to the right, on and under the table, these Sturroks are reuniting. Straight ahead is a message written on the wall. Kai. Eris. Sorry, Air.
Am I blind?
We need to talk. Meet me at midnight.
What did it say?
Hi. Air. We need to talk. Me at midnight in the rowboat at the end of the docks. And then
I'm just
there's
gonna
a
yell, fucking honey!
What did you,
Why would you have
what did
any?
you
Why would that be your first
Yeah.
thought though?
Because
isn't
Cleona?
wait, pause. No, pause. The first time you met Honey, you knew her as Peaches, I think.
Oh,
So there's a butt draw.
There's a little peach.
Robert!
It's a half second. If it wasn't for the fact that you saw two dwarf butts, you would have thought it was a butt before you realized it was.
Oh my gosh, Robert, what has
It's
gotten
a good thing
into
that
you
we don't
tonight?
have emojis in this world, so you can't get confused.
No, so there's a drawing of a peach.
Oh, fucking peaches. It wasn't Cleona, I say as I, like, avoid looking at Katva.
Yeah, I figured that one out by now.
I'm gonna be outside at this point, so I'm not going in the house until it's clear, and I'm not going upstairs because that's too much effort. So I'm just outside with a
Then
the tiger.
Whose tiger is this?
Tiger is
Moment.
this? No, I know whose tiger.
With the door open and Kai moving back out, you see the wall is empty and Kai is obviously hallucinating.
What? What?
it's magic.
I'll hear Kai say that, and I'll be like, "Wait, what are you talking about? Can I see it? Anything? No, right?
You see the nail that was holding the painting that's been there
What are you
forever.
looking at?
He's-
The wall? Are you screaming at my walls?
Fucking honey/peaches left me a message. It wasn't Cleona here.
Okay.
Is the message in the room with us now?
You say so.
Get your clothes on. I'm done with today. I say to the Sturroks.
Oh, I'm gonna close our own.
Akira would like to know what the evidence is. Because he has to go to a council meeting in like 20 minutes.
Mhm.
And he has to vote on a bill that's going to
He's a
get all of
business
them
bird.
marked for death. So,
Is it safe to go in the house now?
It is safe.
Okay.
An angry Kai has convinced the Sturroks to get their shit together.
Mina walks in the house. Hey, can we not do that here? All right, regroup everyone wherever the fuck you are.
And I'm gonna be buying Mina so many drinks.
alright, Akira's pulling out the second bottle of 30-year whiskey. Because he has
That's
3 in
right.
the tower,
King
so
Fairy.
he's used 1.
Why didn't you steal
Today.
Anders' good
I know.
shit?
Today.
Just assuming that I've already, Mina definitely drank the whole bottle.
Yeah, that one's with me. All right. Lovely that everyone's here. What's the fucking game plan? We'll show you what we got. Are we all on the same page? Like, what's this happening?
Skerrin is leaving in the morning.
No.
No, he is not.
Please tell
One way or
me
another,
that
he is
you
not.
have permanently damning evidence.
Yes. We have the dagger. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll have
that
this.
you can
I'm gonna-
tie to him.
Yes. Well,
Yeah. Look, it has his
Uh-huh.
initials.
He's got some impressive
This
length.
is the first thing I had.
I don't know, it looks a little short for a
It's
dagger.
not bad. It's average size.
So he left a calling card, as I suspected, because I figured he's that arrogant. It has his initials.
SW.
Well,
Right
guard
there.
told me to tell him about the spell required to check the lore behind said item, so we are good with the evidence. Where is Skerrin?
Last I saw, he was in Anders' house. Though that was... What are you doing? Stop playing with yourself, Atreus. This is not the time. Just because they were doing it doesn't
Sorry,
mean you
I
have
was
to
me-
do it.
I just measuring his dagger. I was like,
Is it longer than yours?
Is it as long as mine?
Is that what you were
I would be
wondering?
careful
No, it's not.
All right.
with the
put that-
dagger,
put it
as
away,
he's
put it away.
well known for poisoning.
Just put it away.
Oh yeah, it has like a little poison compartment too. Actually, like right
Hey.
When
there.
you touch it, it shoots out. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
put it away.
See, not as long as mine.
Put it away. Put it away. Thank you so much. Anyway.
My plan...
This is why we don't go
I
past
know.
10 o'clock.
My
folks.
plan is to expose the Brotherhood during the council meeting today. I will need to take that dagger. Kai will need to, as Trisea, admit to the council that they were Skerrin's pawn for a time, but has broken his hold. At which point, hopefully, Eleander will agree, and the council will be able to vote to issue an immediate warrant for Skerrin's arrest. Assuming...
Is that how arresting works in this town? I don't actually know that we've
I mean,
determined
Eleander's
how...
in charge of the guard, right? So, like, that's
Okay,
like,
cool.
that's like telling a police captain, like, hey, here's your evidence. You now have probable cause. And there's no... Are there judges? Do we have judges in this system?
There are, but not in Salt.
Yeah, so we don't bother with judges. We don't need
yeah,
no
those
stinking
are
judges.
we send them. We send them to like the king.
We're not doing that.
right of Keoland.
Right. It's one of those, appeal to Caesar kind of moments. You get sent all the way to Rome.
Yeah, but the king is on Skerrin's
We
side.
ain't sending Skerrin anywhere. Hopefully. And so... Eleander and Ingo are on our side. And Eleander will be voting against as well. So the city will not be going to war completely tonight. However, internally, that may change as soon as the vote is had, as I'm sure Skerrin will know the results immediately, and know that we lied.
Should we contain him before we vote and release the evidence about him? So that he cannot escape?
I'm not sure there's any benefit to delaying the vote.
I mostly mean, like, should we arrest him or send the rest of our party to hang out with him while we do the vote? That way he has less of a chance of getting away. Already lost Ned.
If we had more time, I'd consult with Eleander, but I'm afraid we're a little short on that at this moment. Would you prefer to be close at hand when the vote happens, or attempting to arrest Skerrin before the council approves? I suppose that is the question at hand, then.
Who you asking?
Mina and Atreus and Torkel? Because they'd be the ones who have to do it?
Oh, you know how much I love council meetings, Akir. So much.
I'll do whatever you need.
Yeah. My family is never going to be safe, are they?
No, probably
Not while
not.
Skerrin
No matter where
lives.
they are. Yeah,
So you can
I'll do
get them
it.
safe for a couple of days.
Put
I
'em-
think we should do that.
You put them in the pocket dimension while we're
Yeah.
dealing with
And
this.
they
Won't
can
defile
have
your
as
castle
much
anymore.
sex as they want.
Nobody will hear them.
Just the two of them. They can go at it like bunnies.
Send them on a honeymoon.
If we
Honeymoon.
had Katva the staff, she and Torden could be in there for 100 days.
They'll be back.
50 days, right? That's
Can I
100
ask-
200
by
divided by people.
200
minute.
divided by 2. Oh. Well,
Wait, can I have
well, that
this
should give us
IRL?
plenty of
I
time
want-
to sort this all out.
I want
I
to
mean,
just
Life
go in
life
a
Don't miss
doesn't
the wedding.
pause
pocket
though. Like,
dimension.
it keeps going.
It doesn't?
Yeah.
Oh. Ugh, I just wanted a break.
Well-
I just wanted to go sit on a beach and read my book. Ugh.
They know when the wedding is. Take a calendar. You okay with that,
Alternatively,
Ma?
alternatively. Oh, you have to be willing to go in the staff, right? So we can't take Skerrin. Who has the manacles? We're gonna
Me.
need those for Skerrin.
Would Akir know any laws around
cool.
the probable cause for a counselor to issue an arrest warrant to be taken before the council for crimes?
Two counselors. Two counselors.
It seems you don't, as a counselor, you don't have any more or less right to issue a warrant for arrest than any other citizen would. It's only because of Eleander's position in the guard that he would arrest.
What about citizens' arrests?
I mean, you're notable heroes.
I don't think anyone's gonna question
No.
us because we're fairly
Yeah.
scary at this
Kind of a big
point.
deal.
But if you go
Yeah.
knocking,
What do you
Already-
do if
if you
people
go
think
knocking
of
on his
Skerrin?
door, he may just run.
Knock, knock, knocking on Skerrin's door.
He's probably hiding in Trasira's mansion.
Skerrin? I mean,
He
we
has
s-
access to the underground.
we saw him.
30
Yeah.
minutes ago, he was in Anders.
We
Oh,
we
okay.
were watching him before I went to the door. Like, I didn't see him when I was inside, but
I
we saw
suppose
him
I'm
before
thinking that
that.
he's not staying there. But if we're gonna do a citizen's arrest, it needs to be all of us.
Agreed. I'd like to keep you all close at hand at the council chambers. That way, when the vote is decided and the Brotherhood exposed, we can attempt with Eleander's blessing to immediately go to Skerrin.
Kai is not happy.
He's gonna be gone.
We do have Dusk and Fairy watching the house. Can they communicate whether they see Skerrin?
Yeah.
Do they see him?
They haven't seen anyone come or go except for Anders.
Only
Mhm.
Anders has left the house.
Not to be
Yeah,
like
but
a,
we know that it's connected to underground tunnels.
not to be a whole bitch about this, but Ned's gone. So what keeps Skerrin from leaving? If both of them leave, I'm.
Anders'
We
expectations.
have to get them now.
As of now, he still needs to replace Anders. And so, Anders is under the impression that his butler is leaving in the morning. If Skerrin were to leave now, it would be cause for concern for Anders.
Anders is a
Have
puppet
you guys
and he
told
knows
us?
it.
Yeah.
Don't metagame, give me a chance.
What if I send KV down to the docks to keep an eye out for Skerrin so that he can't hopefully sneak by, or at least we know when he's we don't have a boat.
You don't have a boat.
Nope.
Yeah. Honey, but might as well have told us that Anders knows everything that's going on and he just acts in ignorance. Whole thing is a fucking facade.
So there's no reason that
But,
Skerrin needs to stay.
do you believe Anders is ignorant of his own mother's killer?
Maybe.
Perhaps exposing that will be enough to change his mind.
Maybe. I don't know. Either way, he probably would be best served being under a watchful eye for the rest of his life, if not prison. Because he's stupid.
Well, once we arrest
Anders, I
Skerrin,
thought you meant
we
Skerrin.
can
I was like,
consider
Skerrin.
the
No.
possibility of an arrest for Anders based on his part in all of this. But Skerrin is the priority.
I still don't understand why we all have to be at the council meeting. Why can't the two of us stay outside of the mansion and wait?
Because I'd rather not let Skerrin know that we plan to come for him.
Are you bringing Torkel with you?
Torkel will only come if his parents go into the staff. Otherwise, he's going to stay with them. Or we can have a whole ass field trip, I suppose, but which I guess would probably be safer than just me with them here. So it's up to them if they want to go into the staff.
Is that your recommendation?
That's my recommendation.
That,
Count the days. Don't miss the wedding.
that is what they're going to do.
Very well.
I love you.
Akira is going to
After
hand
this,
over the staff.
after this day,
I love you.
Bye, Mama
Have fun.
Katva.
kind of joint hug.
Wherever you can think of. Think of the best place you can think of.
And they vanish.
I was not prepared for that.
Great, so that's sorted.
Mina,
Alright.
if you are determined
then-
to go after Skerrin right now, I will not stop you, though I would prefer if you could wait for my help. And Aleander's blessing.
What if we just went for it right now?
We need to go vote. Otherwise, if things do not go well, we will be removed from the council and cast out of this city.
Then maybe best that all of us, save Akir, should go with disguise. I can disguise myself and Mina and Atreus. We'll be no more suspicious there than anyone else would be.
Disguise as, like, city guards.
Seeming whatever we want to look like.
Arts is a great idea.
You know that Skerrin has a few of them in his pocket.
Could make an arrest all that more convincing. Arrest, execution, pedantics.
No, I'm gonna go as Gina.
And Atreus will be...
Do we have to be someone that we know?
No, I decided it'd be funny if you were, Oh, I can't remember the vampire's name.
Xanax?
Zola.
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 No, I don't want to be a vampire. Can I look like Sir Galahad again?
Yes, that is inconspicuous. So...
Well, okay, no. But like, I
dressed
look
in the
like
city
him,
guard.
but yeah. So I look like any other dumb jock that you ever see. I have better muscles now.
And Torkel will just look like some big, burly, gray-haired old dwarf, grumpy. Because I'm feeling grumpy.
Just feel the grunt. All right. So we have a plan, and I think that is probably where we are good to leave it for tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone who stuck around to watch.
We actually got a lot
That was
done.
a lot of
Very
in
good.
this
roleplay.
Much
session.
more productive than I thought it would be, considering we had 3 separate groups going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys did some great work in the Discord to get us here. So
And we didn't kill anyone.
Not yet.
I
Yet.
know.
Yet.
Honey is still alive.
I know. I hate it. I hate it.
You don't even know what she knows. I didn't say anything.
True.
Actually, I really tried to keep, I really truly did try to keep the information to myself
know.
that you wanted
I know.
hidden.
Kai
I just
does know that
failed.
Honey knows Kai is the
Yeah,
killer.
Yeah.
and I didn't try to
A
hide that.
secret meeting doesn't sound good. I'm also definitely going to
Well-
start interrogating Atreus about how much she knows before I go meet her, if I go meet her.
We've got
That's
like 6
after.
hours
So
of potential, politics and
Such
murder.
A long day.
Right?
Such a
Mhm.
long day.
This is now officially the longest day.
But midnight is a new day.
Uh-huh.
That's tomorrow's.
Uh-huh.
Who knows? I might not even meet her. We'll see.
Maybe.
True.
That would just make
I'm
tomorrow
also
the longest day.
definitely. I'm gonna start throwing some fuzzy balls and see what animals we come up with because this feels like a good time to do that.
All right. And with that, we leave our heroes for the Discord, the roleplay, and next week.
Join
Right.
us on the Discord. It's
Woo.
both free.
I'd say that'd be after dark, but we all look very low battery.
Yeah.
I have such low battery. I almost fell asleep twice. I'm so sorry.
None of us have our eyes fully open.
Nope. I took a power nap before this.
Like 5 of 10, we were still
Yeah.
strong. It is.
And then it just was
Faded
like
quickly.
whoosh.
Because we were like, plan? Yeah, we have a plan. Okay, now
We're
I
good.
can stop.
We're good. My brain has officially turned.
Wait, what is the plan? Okay. Remind me of the plan later.
I
Goodbye.
should mark off seeming on my spell sheet.
We're going into this. I have like no spell slots.
It's okay, because
Well,
we're gonna
that's
have
so-
a surprise round on Skerrin, hopefully. At least that was Akira's plan in his head. Was he was going to? I said this before you hopped on, Rob, but he was going to stealth his way in with Pass Without a Trace into Anders' mansion. Use his new ranger feat to turn invisible for a round when he knew he was close, to get advantage on a surprise round attack, to use Charge Touch and Channel of Divinity for an automatic 50 points of lightning damage, then win initiative, because he does that, and start blasting Skerrin in the face with his bow. So,
Well, this is gonna go
I
so
figure
well.
Akira could probably
Yeah.
do like 80 points of damage to Skerrin before he can move.
And then if you grapple him, I'll
Or-
just put a little fireball in his mouth.
Or he has
Easy.
most of those same abilities can't be caught
Yeah, I
surprised.
figured that might be a chance too.
The invisibility and has a higher initiative bonus. than
What?
you do.
He's
But
got a higher
who knows?
initiative bonus?
Maybe not.
If you grapple him,
It's just a standard
just grapple him.
character. Standard monsters.
Feed him.
Which one?
Okay. Good
I
night,
will see
ladies
you
and
next
gentlemen. There is no after
Bye,
dark.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.